Good day. Welcome to the crypto community. This video is a follow-up from my last video in regards to my strategies for withdrawing in the drip garden. And the reason why I am doing an update of it is I had a lot of comments within the comments suggesting my strategies, etc. And I thought I'll go a little bit more deep into why I am doing what I am doing. So without further ado, let's get started. So here is my drip garden, and it happens to be the weekend, and I have, as I mentioned, my strategy before is I am accumulating compounding Monday to Friday and holding my withdrawing on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Today being Sunday afternoon rather, I am going to do my withdrawal and actually show you the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. And just to give you a bit of an update, the garden is not all about the plants. The most important thing here is your LPs. And I emphasize that in the comments while conversing with everyone that asked the question. And I did a quick spreadsheet from basically a couple of days ago, but it gives you a pretty good idea of why I'm using this strategy. For me right now, I have now over 3 million plants, and the last video I had just over 2 million. So in a short period of time, I have basically increased, and I've also now got another 182, which I'm not going to compound, or I'm going to harvest it out. So the reason why my strategy is Monday to Friday and withdrawing on the weekend, I did a spreadsheet to give you a bit of an idea of why I'm only compounding twice a day rather than doing 4 or 5 times a day, because it defeats the purpose. So I did this spreadsheet from the 29th, and basically my LPs before I actually compounded was 13.3091, as you can see there. After I compounded, it went up to 13.6245. I came back later in the day, which is 13 hours later, as you can see there. Here you can see it was 17 hours since my last compound, and just 2 minutes was my update of that. Here, after 13 hours, I went and compounded. See, it's 13.4178. And my purpose here is to increase my LP slowly. I don't want a drastic increase, and I don't want it to drop. So as you can see from my first, before I start my compound in the morning, I've increased by a 0.01, less than 0.01. Then I compounded after that, and my compound is 13.66, which, as you can see, after I compounded in the morning, I'm still ahead. Can you see my strategy moving forth? So the second day, which is basically 17 hours later, my compounding was, my LP was 13.4416, and as you can see previously was 13.41, so that's increased. And after I compounded, my LPs increased to 13.7717, which was better than what it was, 13.66. And that was after as I said, 17 hours of not compounding. In the evening, and this is all really trial and error, but this is working for me for where I'm at. So if you've got similar to what I have, which is about 3 million, this is something you probably want to consider. Same thing, in the evening, I came back, which was after about 12 hours later, and before I compounded, I did a screenshot, which was 13.52, which is more than what I've got there. And then here, after I compounded, it's 13.7752. which is slightly less than what it was before, but the variation here wasn't too far off. So I'm not too concerned about this, as long as each day I'm actually increasing. And then it comes down to today, or the weekend. I didn't do any compounding yesterday, but I did a screenshot at the time when I wanted to, which was basically 13 hours here and a day here. So there's a difference. So the 13 hours, if I didn't compound, was 13.55, which is still higher than what it was. I didn't compound, but what ended up happening is my LPs, because I didn't compound, dropped down to 13.22. I haven't compounded, so I left it. And right now, as we speak, I've just did a screenshot before I'm going to compound, and it's dropped down to 13.0119. So does this strategy work? The question begs to differ. So I am going to do a compound, basically compound it, and then I'm going to look at my LPs and see whether we have got over and above 13.775 or even above that. So let's get to it. So here I am in my drip garden, and as you can see, my plats is now 182,980. So, and I can withdraw basically 207.50. I haven't opted to do the full day. I'm actually doing 1.5 days, so it's not really exactly compounding every over the weekend. I'm going to compound tonight, so I'm doing this one here. So let's just get it going. So I'm going to plant compound and confirm that. Okay, so that's successful. So now what I'm going to do is go, now that I've done that, so it's ticking along. I did the wrong thing. I was actually supposed to withdraw. So let's just see how it works. So I've made the mistake of actually harvesting. I was supposed to withdraw, but hey, that's okay. Let's see what happens. Because I hadn't compounded for a day and a half, what will end up happening. I'm going into my wallet here, doing all the uploading. And because I didn't compound for a day and a half, can you see my LPs have gone up to 13.765? So what does that mean? If I went back to my Excel spreadsheet, 1377. So as you can see there, didn't affect my LPs if I had compounded a day and a half later. So that's interesting. And obviously it was a mistake. I was supposed to withdraw to see what was going to happen, but instead I compounded, and I guess the universe works in a very, very unusual way to see what actually happens. So it just shows that even if I didn't compound daily, I am still increasing my LPs, and that's the whole purpose of it. I may take the strategy of actually giving it a go and doing the strategy of Monday to Sunday, I'm going to compound during the day, and every alternate day, so say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, every alternate day, I'm going to do withdrawal at night and see what the LPs are like, and we'll compare those strategies from there. So this was interesting to see. The LPs hadn't changed, and obviously I've increased my LP, which is good. In saying that, I do have a second account, and let's look at that second account. So with this one, I guess the comparison here will be interesting to see because I accidentally compounded here. I need to withdraw with my next one. So let's look at this other account and see what the difference is. So this is the other account, and as you can see here, this is just shy of 2 million plants, which if I had compounded this, it would be 2 million. But hey, let's, for this example, show you. I've got 142.69 that is supposed to be withdrawn, which I have to remind myself to withdraw and not to press the compound button. So we're going to look here. So with this account, less than 2 million. On the 29th, the same, I did the same thing. So LPs was 8.07, and after compounding was 8.24. In the evening, do that again. It was increased by 8.1229, which is, as you can see, increased from there. And here, as you can see, 8.2568, which is more than here. And that's the same here. So the following day, which was basically 14 hours later, that was an increase here. It was an increase from the previous. And as you can see, just twice a day on, even about at the time when I was doing this, it was just 1.5 million or so. Even at the around twice a day, so 10 hours, 14 hours difference, 8.144, and this one is 8.3, which is increased again. So that was 8.194, and here was a difference of 8 point, not compounding, sorry. From here, we came to this day here, which is the day, which is my Saturday. I didn't do any compounding and I just left it. So I came in at 13 hours and I came in a day and 5 hours later. And there was a slight, it was still above. And then about a day at 1 day and 5 hours later, it dropped down to 7.99. So I just did a screenshot before I actually start compounding again. It's 7.868, which is at this very moment, without compounding, it is lower than what it was before. So let's see what happens with this compounding. So here I have got my compounding, which is 125, which is going so fast. It's just incredible. 125992, which is 142.80, and I'm going to harvest this. Confirm that. And there we go, that's been done. So 63 up shortly, so harvest. So now I'm going to go into the drip formula. This is a godsend in regards to what it can do. So I'm just going to refresh this and see what the difference is. Okay, so 7.8618. So here it basically has dropped back down. If I look at my Excel spreadsheet, so 86.18, so it's dropped. So 86.18, so it's even dropped further down from here. So tomorrow will be interesting to see what my LPs will be, or actually rather tonight when I compound, which I will do another, I'll be compounding again for this one and see where my LPs are. So my strategy for this one, which is under 2 million, I may tweak it. And the strategy for moving forward, which is basically compounding during the day and withdrawing every alternate night, it may work for this one. So we'll find out. So if you have any questions, feel free to put it into the comments below. This is all trial and error. At the moment, I'm seeing it's working well with the over the $3 million plant with my strategy of 5.2. Not so much for this under 2 million. So we'll see how this goes with this one, with the new strategy next week. And I will actually document that for you guys. Yes, as I said, put any questions in the comments below and let me know how you guys are doing as well, what your strategy is, because we're all here to learn. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash the bell button, subscribe to my channel. As you know, we are launching on the 18th of October with dogs and the whole ecosystem, so looking forward to that. In the meantime, get busy compounding, and if you aren't in the garden or into the ecosystem and you want to be part of my team, I will drop my links in the references below, so you can click on that. You can also reach out to me as well if you want to in the Telegram group, which is also in the description below. So until the next video, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great day. Be safe, be blessed, and thank you.